Hey, fellow skeptics. Lester the Skeptic Tank here. Just thought I'd give a quick update as far as what I've been up to. Um, you know, Recovery has been an ongoing process, and I guess that will be the case until my docs say otherwise, both cardiology and primary physician. About almost a month now, had a scare from rehab. Might have already disclosed that, but in case you don't want to wait through all the videos. I get it. So, again, EKG scare from a recent rehab session. And so they deferred to cardiology. So I couldn't get back into physical activity until I got word from cardiology, how things were looking, can I go back, etc. And with that, with a lot of these setbacks, getting back in the swing of things has been a little difficult. Uh, you know, Such is life. You know, Win some, lose some is often what I've been saying. Taking the victories where I can, learning from whatever setbacks or quote unquote defeats. You know, but I can say feeling better, um, noticing little wins with my fitness here and there. Maybe still a little bit of fear in terms of, just even doing routine stuff like putting on clothes. But every time I overcome it in the sense that I can put them on without crying. That's been using that as my baseline. And I know a lot of people say don't use the worst case as your baseline, but sometimes you got to take solace in the little wins. They always talk about making the play to not lose the game versus making the play to win the game. That's one of life's tensions. I don't know about struggles, but something you wrestle with. Um, so I'm happy where I'm at. Not too happy that I've had to devote a lot of my funding to a lot of the medical billing. And yeah, I've gotten some advice from friends, both in church and out of church, especially when you have a lot of friends in church who are physicians, past, current. And it's just this is another milestone for me to clear. At some point, I do want to get back into the martial arts bit, slowly but surely. But at least my day-to-day activities, I'm not worried about. At least not in the back of my mind. I'm not worried about things like walking to my mailbox being agony. Just walking. It's not very far from my apartment to my mailbox, but even going up the stairs wasn't a struggle. Going down the stairs isn't a struggle. When I walk, things hurt where they're supposed to hurt. Uh, not not every 3-5 steps I'm winded beyond recognition. So counting my stripes and blessings with that, so I can't exactly complain. And you know, it is what it is. Uh, Again, I want to share my gratitude for those who have followed me, commented on happenings, things I posted, and very thankful for this online community that I've been grafted onto. whether I had started providing my own content or not, is just uh, the wild, wild west of YouTube. I'll say it. Rum, rumble, and that people talk about needing a safe space. You make that for yourself, and I think to superimpose that on anybody, nobody wants that. No matter what side of the aisle, quote quote, one may reside upon, reside in. I think there's enough out there that we can make our own safe spaces for ourselves in any kind of bubble where we want to exist. Because for most of the adulting world, whether you live in, I don't want to say isolation, but that's what it can feel like at times. You know, I we can we can choose where we want to spend our time, and that's one of the things about the internet. It is like a wild wild west, and so however you want to isolate yourself from whatever else is out there, sometimes you need to have that awareness of what else is out there, but up to a point, I would suppose, where the noise can be deafening to where you had your fill. Eh, At some point, you got to be satiated and say, okay, that's that. Now I'm going to live my life, and yeah, thankful that we have that option. It's not like they're going to force open my eyelids and make me sit and watch. That'll be the day, I suppose. Yeah, I think in a world where we're trying to be empathetic, we get that, but any kind of imposition, no bueno, boha, you know, no good. So that's one thing I appreciate about YouTube, in that we have enough in our day to day lives to worry about. And whether you believe in a higher power or not, take solace in something you can believe in, that you feel in your heart of hearts is transcendent beyond circumstance and time. And be thankful for those opportunities wherever you may happen to be. And in some ways, there is to be something to be said about ignorance being bliss, because we have enough worries as it is with our day to day finances and so forth. All right, I've rambled on enough, but I've been meaning to get this one because, I've been cranking out different material for people to look at. Appreciate your patience, guys, as I put out my bookkeeping 101, or I wouldn't say 101, I dubbed it 50 because I don't claim to be an expert. I'm just relaying the experiences I've had supporting bookkeeping software based on how I was trained by one of the official software publishers in the industry. More coming. I know I talk about my playthrough with my Super Nintendo. I'll get to that. Um, I got a browser. I don't know if I call it a browser battle, browser war, but I think there's something to be said about a lot of people being working in an internet age, and for a lot of the YouTubers out there, you know, they try to work with the solutions out there, And as I found, especially with EVMux, to my chagrin, it only works with Chromium-based browsers. Uh, anyway, that's coming too. All right, fellow skeptics, peace out. I'll catch you all on the other side.